chalky milk. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another stream. Today we're back with Undertale. We played a lot yesterday, and today we're finishing up the game. I know there's a lot of different runs you can do. I don't know how many. I know there's like at least 2 or 3. I don't know how many there are. But, and I know there's a lot of lore. I'm probably not going to be like doing like a 100% playthrough on this channel, at least not for a long time. I think at some point I'll probably like look into all the lore and stuff of this game, because I know it goes pretty deep. Or I'll play more on my own time and figure out like how to actually do everything. But I probably won't actually stream it. So this stream will probably be the second and last stream on the game, where I'll just be finishing up my first playthrough. That's usually what I do with games. Usually I don't do like everything you can do when I start streaming them. Like Resident Evil 2, you have to beat like 6 times to get the Tofu Survivor or something like that. So, there's the intro. Yeah, you have to be like 6 times in order to get the Tofu Survivor. I didn't do the Tofu Survivor, so I'm not gonna do everything. What is Steam open for? Yeah, whatever. There. My PC froze. There we go. Let's fix that. There we go. Go back and get healing items. Is there nowhere for me to get them now? Am I just too far ahead? Like, can I not get any more from here on out? That would suck. Oops, wrong button. Alright. This is gonna take a while, because it's really far back. I guess not that far. What do you guys got? This is the burgers. I have 1,000 yeah, I might as well get as many as I possibly can. This seems good. In the shape of Metaton's face. Heals 60 HP, don't ask. I guess I won't. Okay, I will after. It's 27. I might as well just get all of these. That seems good, getting extra attack power, so. Okay. C cell. Whoops. Yeah, that's that stuff. Whoops. I had nothing in that one. Whoops, nope. Actually, yeah, I don't want that. I have the bandana. Wait, no, the bandana's... I'll do the mystery key another time. Are the ballet shoes my main weapon? I don't remember. I thought I had something else. Okay. I would assume, because he's dead. Or she's dead. Whatever. I thought it was way farther, honestly. It's not that far. Alright, I might as well just save again now. God damn it. For some reason I keep thinking that it's just automatically gonna bring me there. What are the other runs? Is it like kill everything? Like literally everything? And is there like a pacifist run or something like that? Is that what it is? Oh, also I have a prediction. I haven't been spoiled for this or anything. And I could be completely wrong. I don't want confirmation or denial. But I think Sans is probably going to be either a boss in the other playthroughs or at the end of this one. I don't know why. Maybe he's like revenge because he killed your brother. But I do know that we still haven't heard the Sans theme song, like that like that one. I still haven't heard it, so I'm assuming that seems like a boss theme that will probably be like either in another run or in this or at the end of this run. I don't know. Maybe there's like maybe the leader guy, what's his name, Asgore or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but maybe he just like is Sans. The elevator is in use. Okay. I was thinking about that while I was at work yesterday. I was like, where the fuck is Sans? I don't know. Alright, where are we going? Hello? Another safe spot. Why not? We're 300 minutes in. Oh, hey, this is Toriel's house. The way is blocked by 2 padlocks. There's a note attached. Howdy, I'm in the garden. If you have anything you need to get off your chest, please don't hesitate to come. The keys are in the kitchen and the hallway. Okay, this is my room, right? Yay! There's a heart-shaped locket inside the box. Will you take it? Oh yeah. Is that like a armor or something? What armor do I have right now? Defense 7? God damn it, why do you keep closing it? Use that one. I guess we'll toss this away. Isn't the stained apron one too? What was the stained apron? Event's 11. Okay, yeah, so I can get rid of that as well. There's a worn dagger inside the box. Will you take it? Sure. What else? What is my weapon right now? The ballet shoes? 7. And the dagger is 15. Okay, yeah. So... awesome. Oh, the burnt pan was my weapon. What's that have? Nope. Nope. No, no, no. God damn it. Okay. No, no. What was the burnt pan? 10. Okay. Get rid of the burnt pan. Okay. Anything else in here? Family photograph. Striped shirts in here. Is that because it's my bedroom and I wear a striped shirt? Probably. Room under renovations. Okay, there's the first key. Hello. A long time ago, a human fell into the ruins. Injured by its fall, the human called out for help. Oh, not even an enemy. It's just lore. Okay, you took the key and put it on your phone's keychain. It's yeah, Asgore. Asgore's journal. All the current page says is nice day today. The ink is still almost wet. Trophy number 1 nose nuzzle something 98. Closed drawer robes, button-up shirts, and a pink hand-knit sweater that says Mr. Dad Guy. Okay. It's a bureau. Santa Claus outfit inside. Okay. Santa Claus outfit. That disoriented me that scared me for a second. Despite everything, it's still you. Despite everything. Are we the villain? Like, not even just like because I killed everybody. Like, am I supposed to be like the villain of the story? Asriel, the king's son, heard the human's call. He brought the human back to the castle. Okay. What does that mean? The king's son, he brought the human back to the castle. I'm a human. Did you take me back to the castle? Over time, Asriel and the human became like siblings. The king and queen treated the human child as their own. The underground was full of hope. Is Sans or Papyrus a human? I don't know. Is it about them? Okay, I can't tell. You took the key and put it on your phone's keychain. Fridge is full of unopened containers of snails. Photo albums, scrapbooks, books on how to make tea. Okay. Toriel is not Asriel. I know. I'm asking. They're talking about brothers, so my immediate thought was just like Sans and Papyrus, but also they're both skeletons, so that seems biological. Okay, moving on. Then one day, the human became very ill and turned into a skeleton now. The sick human had only one request: to see the flowers from their village, but there was nothing we could do. The next day, the human died. Okay. Asriel, racked with grief, absorbed the human's soul. He transformed into a being with incredible power. Okay. With the human soul, Asriel crossed through the barrier. He carried the human's body into the sunset. Back to the village of the humans. Okay. Okay. Asriel reached the center of the village. There he found a bed of golden flowers. He carried the human onto it. Suddenly, screams rang out. The villagers saw Asriel holding the human's body. They thought that he had killed the child. Child? It's a child? The humans attacked him with everything they had. He was struck with blow after blow. Asriel had the power to destroy them all. Damn. But Asriel did not fight back. Clutching the human, Asriel smiled and walked away. Wounded, Asriel stumbled home. He entered the castle and collapsed. His dust spread across the garden. Okay. The kingdom fell into despair. The king and queen had lost 2 children in one night. The humans had once again taken everything from us. The king decided it was time to end our suffering. Every human who falls down here must die. With enough souls, we can shatter the barrier forever. So that's why they're trying to kill me, I guess. It's not long now. King Asgore will give us hope. No, King Asgore will let us go. King Asgore will give us hope. King Asgore will save us all. Okay, so is Asgore like Asriel's dad? You should be smiling too. Aren't you excited? Like, is he still king? Aren't you happy? You're going to be free. Oh, this seems like the correct way. Right? Oh, yeah, this is just back here. I remember this. This is where we just were. Really? Okay. Onward we go. Oh. Is that a conveniently shaped lamp? So you finally made it. The end of your journey is at hand. In a few moments you will meet the king. Together, you will determine the future of this world. That's then. Now. You will be judged. You will be judged for your every action. You will be judged for every XP you've earned. What's XP? It's an acronym. It stands for execution points. Yeah, so I guess it's just like how many, like he'll judge you based on how many enemies you've actually killed. So to determine whether you get the genocide, neutral, or pacifist run. A way of quantifying the pain you have inflicted on others. So, no matter which run you do, is the whole game the same until the end, or are there changes along the way besides like the minimal stuff? Like, I'm assuming that like the main story is pretty much the same, right? A way of quantifying the pain you have inflicted on others. When you kill someone, your XP increases. When you have enough XP, your love increases. Love, too, is an acronym. It stands for level of violence. There's major changes? Like in the main story? Not just the end. Like throughout the story, there's major changes. Okay. The way of measuring someone's capacity to hurt. The more you kill, the easier it becomes to distance yourself. The more you distance yourself, the less you will hurt. The more easily you can bring yourself to hurt others. Okay. Now you understand. It's time to begin your judgment. Look inside yourself. Have you really done the right thing? No, I've murdered everybody. And considering what you've done, what will you do now? Take a moment to think about this. So, is this a neutral run because I decided to run away from some enemies? Like, in order to get the sands. ... Truthfully, it doesn't really matter what you said. All that's important is that you were honest with yourself. What happens now, we leave up to you. Though, one thing about you always struck me as kinda odd. Now I understand acting in self-defense. You were thrown into those situations against your will. But sometimes you act like you know what's gonna happen. Like you've already experienced it all before. This is an odd thing to say, but if you have some sort of special power, isn't it your responsibility to do the right thing? Okay, Uncle Ben. Sure. I see. Then why'd you kill my brother? I knew that was exactly what would happen. Okay, he left. So, okay, genocide, you have to hunt down every single monster you can. Is it like you have to go out of your way to fight monsters, or is just if a monster shows up, then you have to kill it? Like, you're not allowed to spare it? Like, do you actually actively have to go out and do side missions to murder more enemies, or is it just every monster that pops up you have to kill? Yes, you have to go out of your way. Damn. Okay. I knew Sans would want revenge for us killing his brother. Throne room. There are a certain number of monsters in each area. You run around and get encounters until you can't... Oh, damn. Jesus. Okay. That seems like a correct way. What's this way? No, this seems like a correct way. What's the correct way? Hello? It's a coffin. There's a name engraved on it. Evan I. It's empty. So this is for me when I die, I guess. Okay, let's go, I guess. Dum-dee-dum. Oh, is someone there? Just a moment. I have almost finished watering these flowers. Here we are. Howdy, how can I... He's scared of me. Oh. I so badly want to say, would you like a cup of tea? But you know how it is. He was pissing? He was pissing? Nice day today, huh? Okay. I thought he just had a watering can that I couldn't see. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming, I pissed on my plants. Perfect weather for a game of catch. You know what we must do. When you are ready, come into the next room. Alright. It's a throne. It'd be funny if we could, like, examine these flowers and be like, smells weird. It's another throne covered by a white sheet. How tense. Just think of it like a visit to the dentist. How many fucking save spots are there? Are you ready? If you are not, I understand. I am not ready either. The fuck? This is the barrier. This is what keeps us all trapped underground. If by chance you have any unfinished business, please do what you must. I see. This is it then. Ready? I was the red one, right? A strange light fills the room. Twilight is shining through the barrier. It seems your journey is finally over. You're filled with determination. Human, it was nice to meet you. Goodbye. Holy shit. Okay, so I don't have the option to, flee. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. That's hard to avoid. Shit. That's hard to avoid. How did that hurt? I don't even know what happened. It hurt me, but I don't know why. Ow. Ow. Attack increased by 4. Okay. Jesus. He's got some really hard to avoid attacks. Oh, was I supposed to stand still for some of those? Because I think it was blue and orange. Maybe I had to stand still. Okay, that's easier. Now I understand that you just stand still, basically. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm learning the mechanics now. Ow. I missed that one. Okay. I like how he doesn't want to fight me. Ouch. This one I'm not really comprehending. Ow. That really hurt. Shit, that was an accident. Ah! I got stuck. I'm not very good at this. Jesus Christ. Stop that. This is getting really fast and it's really hard to avoid. Stop it. Nice. I really don't understand how to avoid that one. Oh. Jesus Christ. So that is how it is. I remember the day after my son died. The entire underground was devoid of hope. The future had once again been taken from us by the humans. In a fit of anger, I declared war. I said that I would destroy any human that came here. I would use their souls to become godlike and free us from this terrible prison. then I would destroy humanity. Oh, I just remember, they said that they needed, like, 7 souls or whatever, and I was the 7th, right? I think? And that's why there was, like, 6 of them that were full, and and then there was 1 that was empty, and earlier I saw the red one that was, No, I know what it is. I know the mechanic. I know orange is move and blue is stay still. I tried that. It didn't work. Because it was too fast. Then, yeah, and the red one was me. And so I was the 7th soul. That makes sense. Then I would destroy humanity. And let monsters rule the surface in peace. Soon the people's hopes returned. My wife, however, became disgusted with my actions. She left this place never to be seen again. Truthfully, I do not want power. I do not want to hurt anyone. You didn't want to hurt me, clearly. I just wanted everyone to have hope. But I cannot take this any longer. I just want to see my wife. I just want to see my child. Please, young one. This war has gone on long enough. You have the power. Take my soul and leave this cursed place. Fuck you. Nah, I'm gonna kill him. This fucking flower again.
So you finally get it. In this world, it's kill or be killed.
I assume that decision only really matters if you're specifically on a pacifist or game crashed. Okay. Well, I assume it only matters if you're on specifically a pacifist or genocide route. I assume on neutral it doesn't really matter. Hello? Oh. What the fuck? Can I move? I can. The fuck? File erased. What the fuck?
Howdy. It's me, Flowey. Flowey the Flower? I owe you a huge thanks. You really did a number on that old fool.
Are you his wife?
Without you, I never could have gotten past him. But now, with your help, he's dead, and I've got the human souls. Boy, I've been empty for so long. It feels great to have a soul inside me again. I can feel them wriggling. Aw, you're feeling left out, aren't you? Well, that's just perfect. After all, I only have 6 souls. I still need 1 more, but before I become God. And then, with my newfound powers, monsters, humans, everyone, I'll show them all the real meaning of this world. Oh, and forget about escaping to your old save file. It's gone forever. But don't worry, your old friend Flowey has worked out a replacement for you. I'll save over your own death so you can watch me tear you to bloody pieces. Over and over and over. What? Do you really think you can stop me? Hee hee hee! You really are an idiot.
We'll see about that. Holy shit. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck am I doing? I am not winning this. What the fuck is happening? Ow. Ow, I didn't realize they're falling. Shit! Get to the act! Called for help. Ow, I'm dying really badly. I'm getting band-aids. What the? I don't even know what you mean by fight. It's not doing anything. I don't get it. Did you really think I was gonna be satisfied killing you only one time? Okay. I don't know how to avoid anything that she does. I absolutely cannot avoid these. Is it even possible to avoid that stuff? Like, what do you mean? Ow. I called for help. They didn't even fully heal me, bro. Okay, okay, bro. These are fucking ballet shoes. Shit. How does one avoid that? I have absolutely no hope that I can do this. I don't get how to win. How long do I have to play for? How is that hitting me? And how is that? How is it possible for that to not be hitting me? Oh, seriously? Okay, I cannot avoid these guys, okay? Oh. What do you want from me here? Okay. Damn it. What is happening? It's loading the old files. Jeez, okay, that hurt. That just hurt me because of that. Okay. Okay. Ow. Legalize nuclear bombs. Oh, come on. Dude. Okay. That didn't... That... What? That didn't even give me... That one didn't even heal me. Do you even realize what will happen if you defeat me? I'll be done. Is it possible to not lose in these fights? Like, are you supposed to lose at least a couple times? If you don't get the acting time, it doesn't give me... I didn't see any act. Oh, there it is. There we go. You fucking asshole. Oh, come on! Hello? Oh, thank you. That's nice. Bobby's defense dropped to 0. So do I just have to fight? I hate this attack, dude. I can't avoid that. Come on, stop with these guys. I missed that one. That's great. God, this attack sucks so much, dude. Stop! Thank you.
No, no, this can't be happening. You.
Yay. Oh, never mind.
You idiot. Hehehe. Did you really think you could defeat me? I am the god of this world, and you? You're hopeless. Hopeless and alone. Golly, that's right. You're worthless, friends. Can't save you now. Call for help, I dare you. Cry into the darkness. Mommy, Daddy, somebody help.
So do you have to do the act like in Call for Help 6 times so you can get all of their souls or something?
See what good it does you.
You called for help? Damn it.
But nobody came. Boy, what a shame. Nobody else is gonna get to see you die.
Hey, I'm healed.
What? How'd you? Well, I'll just...
Load failed.
What? Where are my powers?
There's the souls.
The souls. What are they doing? No! No! You can't do that! You're supposed to obey me! Stop! Stop it! Stop!
Fuck you.
I knew you had it in you.
Just a regular flower. What happens if you spare her? This game is really funny. Flowey's a dude. Oh. Flowey seemed like a woman. Okay. Hey, is anyone there? Well, well, I'll just leave a message. It's been a while, huh? Things have gotten pretty bad here. Everyone considered a leader disappeared overnight. I wonder why. It's gotten so quiet. There's a bad feeling hanging over everyone. Like everyone's just gonna die here, trapped in the dark. I bet you're wondering why I'm not the ruler. I'm not cut out for something like that. I like to take it easy, you know. That's a joke. This is what happens when people like me take it easy. Hey, at least things are less crowded. Because of all the people you killed. Hope that was a good experience for you. Just kidding, I don't really hope that. Go to hell. Are you gonna do the pacifist stream? I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Regardless, it's not gonna be very soon if I do it. Okay. Well, I guess we're done. Okay, maybe I'll do pacifist. Okay, fine. I'm not doing it today, though. And probably not in the near future. I feel like a genocide run would take a long time. So I think that would probably be 3. But now we end the stream. Just about, yeah. Is there anything else I want to do before I end the stream? Probably not. There's no new FNaF game theories, are there? If there was going to be a new FNaF game theory, it would be in, like, an hour. This truly has been a ImpulseEvan finishes Undertale for the first time ever, Part 2 live. You know what? You might be right about that. Chat broke on stream. Doesn't look like it did. It's fixed. Okay. Genocide is very grindy and has extremely hard bosses. Yeah. I noted that would probably be be 3 streams, just because this one was 2, and I wasn't going out of my way to fight things. So if you're going out of your way to fight things, and doing like everything you can, then it would probably take way longer. So I put 3 for that one. Might be more. Honestly, I have no idea, but right now it's going to be 3. Hey, I finished my chocolate milk. Nice. Just in time. For some reason, I thought that would take longer to drink. Genocide is way less dialogue. Yeah, because you murder everybody. What streams did you say you were planning on your second channel? Tomorrow, we're doing part 2 of the Resident Evil 4 Remake randomizer race. We did part 1 last Sunday. We're continuing it tomorrow. We might be finishing it tomorrow, but I don't know. I mean, it might take a while. I'm only on chapter 7, but he's on chapter 10. No, I'm only on chapter 8 now. He's only on chapter 11. So he's a little farther ahead. He might finish it, and I might not. So I have no idea. That's for tomorrow. After that, I don't know when exactly, but the next thing I'm streaming is Silent Hill Origins. And then after that is also Silent Hill games are Homecoming. Homecoming, I think Shattered Memories and Downpour. Am I missing one? I feel like I might be missing one. Homecoming, Shattered Memories. No. Just those 2. Just those 3. Eventually I'll do 4. Whenever Townfall is coming out, I'll do 4 before that. But I started playing it and didn't like it. After Silent Hill Downpour, I'm doing all of the Tomb Raider games. So yeah. There will probably be some RE6 streams in the... There's also going to be some RE6 streams that are going to be sprinkled in there. Doing a co-op with Evan. I don't know. Sounds interesting to watch. When's the Bendy Lone Wolf stream? I don't know. I know I will do it at some point. The next thing that I'm planning on this channel, like to stream, is either going to be Hollow Knight or the next, or the new Little Nightmares VR game that's coming out next month. I don't know which one's going to come first, but one of those will be the next stream that I do on this channel. Bendy Lone Wolf, I'll definitely do at some point, but probably not for like a few more months. Eventually, I'm probably going to do Doki Doki Literature Club before Lone Wolf, but both of those will be after Hollow Knight, so yeah, it'll be a while. I'm prioritizing streams on my on my second channel, just because there's both Silent Hill and Tomb Raider games coming out this year, and I want to make sure that I finish all the games in those series before the new ones in the series come out. That's why I'm streaming more on the other channel and not as much on this one. Also, I briefly mentioned it yesterday. I've been trying to, because of Resident Evil 9 coming out, I've been focused way too much on that. Or not too much, but I've been really focused on that, and streaming on the other channel, that I haven't really been working as much on videos. I released only 1 video this month, and it didn't even do that well, so it wasn't very good, a very good month for the channel. And that's completely on me, but the part 2 to that, the theory that I released recently, the Fazbear Frights All the Lore, part 1 came out last week. Part 2, it was gonna come out today, but I didn't get even close to finishing editing it. So that'll probably be next week. But we also got a lot of FNaF book news recently, so I'll probably do like a short video on that. Short, like really short, like less than 5 minutes. I do those every once in a while, but not very often. So I'll probably do that in the near future, just because there was a lot of book news that came out recently. So I thought that would make an interesting short video. I already wrote the whole video. It's like just over a page long, so it'll probably be about 5 minutes. Oh, one other thing that I want to stream on the second channel is the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, just because we have the new Wolverine game coming out this year, and that was like I think it's like the only Wolverine game that there is, right? And I've heard that although a lot of people don't like the movie, the game I've heard is really good. Regardless, I just want to try it out, just play it, see what it's like. So I'll probably stream that on the second channel too. Still disappointed Secret Artifacts got canceled. Yeah, I touched upon that a little bit in the video. I don't know why it did. Like, it was coming out in like 2 weeks, and then it just got canceled out of nowhere. We didn't get any. We didn't get the cover for it. The release date was said to be, I think it was April 7th, but on like Amazon it said this title has not been released, and it didn't show a release date. On the Indigo website, I think it said like January 1st, 2050 or something. I think that was just like a placeholder because they didn't know when it would be released. But on certain things, I don't know if it was on Barnes and Noble, but I think on like maybe Book Manager, there was some book website that had it labeled as coming out on April 7th still, but it just never like for some reason we didn't get any news on it, and I don't know why they canceled it, considering it's one of the novelty books, right? Ticket to Fun was a novelty book. Secret Artifacts was going to be like the same kind of book, and I felt like that book had a lot of potential to be really, really good. So I'm actually really sad that they got rid of that one, because it seemed like it would have been really interesting. Yeah. We also have no updates on when 5 Laps at Freddy's is going to be out. Secret of the Mimic VR is coming out within the next couple months, right? It might be out tomorrow, or it might be out in like 2 months. They just said it was going to be spring 2026. So that'll probably be out pretty soon. So honestly, that actually might be a contender for what the next stream on this channel is, just depending on when it comes out. I'll definitely be streaming through the whole game in VR. I don't know if I'll do the secret ending. I don't know if I'll do like a full New Game Plus or anything, but I'll do a decent chunk of the game if I can. I really wonder how like the interface is gonna work, like the like going onto the computer. I wonder how that's all gonna work. Are you gonna do a 414 bendy stream? What is that? What does that mean? 414 is in April 14th. Is that what you're saying? Level 414, secret level, which adds supports in the Dark Survival and the Wolf Trials update. Chances of the player encountering this level are 1 in 3,000. What? Probably not. April 14th. Is it just because 414 is important to the Bendy series? Is that why you're asking? I probably won't, but I don't know. We'll see. That's also the day the Titanic hit the iceberg. That's a Tuesday. I don't know. I mean, we're still getting The Cage this year, which I'm really excited for. It was put on hold, and then it was re-announced. It was going to come out 2024, then it was put on hold, and then it was announced to come out this year. So, really excited to see that. So, where is it? Yeah. Yeah, Bendy the Cage. I wanted to, a long time ago, I think it was the 2023 one-year anniversary of Bendy and the Dark Revival, and I started streaming the game, like Dark Revival, for its anniversary, and I wanted to continue that playthrough before The Cage came out, but The Cage was delayed, so that playthrough, I never continued it. I ended at the end of Chapter 3, at the beginning of Chapter 4, so maybe at some point I'll stream that game again, continue from Chapter 4, even though it's been like 3 years since I continued it, or 2, I guess 2, almost 2.5. Maybe I'll do that on April 14th. Probably not, but I could. Maybe. We'll see. Do you have any closing thoughts on Undertale before you end the stream? It was good. I mean, I will say it's definitely not my thing. But considering it's not my thing, it was really good. You know what I mean? It's like if somebody said, "Oh, I don't really like zombie games, but The Last of Us is a great game." It's like it's not your thing, but it's good despite the fact that it's not your thing. You know what I mean? I feel like I think that's fair. But yeah, it was good. I thought it was really funny, especially Papyrus. Papyrus was the best. April 14th, Secrets of the Machine gets a bunch of updates and teasers for stuff. All right, that's cool. Fake Undertale fan. I just played it for the first time. Yeah, I liked it a lot. One thing that I'm okay. Actually, this isn't what I was about to say, but I will say it now. When is Deltarune? What are we on now for Deltarune? Chapter 3 was the last one that came out, or was it 4? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with Deltarune just because I haven't played Undertale at all. So, after I do the other runs for Undertale, I'll definitely do streams of Deltarune. It probably won't be for a little while, but I will stream it. I just don't know what the most recent chapter was. Let me check. Deltarune. I think chapter 4 was the most recent one. Chapter 5 is aiming for a 2026 release. So you could have had more Papyrus jokes, but you chose not to. What did I do? Literally said I was gonna do those other runs, just not yet. So for a pacifist run, I will play Doki Doki. That is on the list. That is one of the next things I'm going to play. The next thing I'm playing is Hollow Knight. Then the next thing after that is Doki Doki. So if I choose to do a pacifist run, if I'm not killing anybody, then during boss fights, do I still have to fight them until they're like almost dead or surrendering or something? Or do I have to talk to them? Like, do I have to do an action and be like, "You're so sweet," and then they're just like, "You know what? Yeah, I'll surrender." like, what do I do there? Let us voice act for Tokyo. Oh my god. Jesus. I don't know about that, man. I mean, yeah, the other channel is specifically for the stuff that is like not that I know that people that like my videos, most of them wouldn't like those games. It's not like people on watching this channel don't like zombie games or anything, or like Resident Evil or Last of Us or anything like that. It's not like nobody that watches this channel does. It's just that because FNaF is an indie horror game, most of my viewers are indie horror fans. And even though I'm not that big of an indie horror guy, I'm mostly just a FNaF guy. I do think, I think most of my viewers do like indie horror, and like, I don't think Undertale is really indie horror. Is it horror? I feel like it's not really horror at all. It's not scary, but it's like, my point is, like, I feel like that kind of fits into the category of the games that people watch my channel like. So I feel like Undertale fits. I feel like Hollow Knight fits. So that's kind of why I'm doing them. Yeah, you are. Can't watch Resident Evil because I need to play through RE1 to RE6 plus 9 on my own time, so I don't know much so far. Only seen and gone through RE7 and 8. Get into it. It's good. Hollow Knight is going to be long. Yeah, I know Hollow Knight's a really long game. Especially because I think it's like side quests are the longest part, right? Are there side? I think there's side quests, right? I remember Ozone was doing videos on all the games, right? Ozone, or on the game. Let me check. There he is. Oops, wrong button.
With IXL, there's an endless number of skills that match
For the love of
exactly
God.
what my kids are working on in class.
Jesus Christ. Ozone. Click on his channel, not that random video. I think that was an ad anyway. Ozone still has been making videos. Honestly, I didn't even know that he was still making videos because I think he kind of is drifting away from FNaF. So like, his channel's kind of taking a little bit of a hit, kind of in the same vein as mine. Like when I did all the non-FNaF stuff, because like he's not doing the FNaF anymore. Like he's completely moved away. Like he did Hollow Knight, which did okay for his channel, and then he also did a lot of Gravity Falls, which did decent. Especially the most recent ones. He did a really a few really big Gravity Falls videos. But I know that he did Hollow Knight, and the first Hollow Knight game took him 15 episodes, and all of them were were hours long. I assume he did like everything you possibly could, but that's that's a long time. And I assume they're at least a little bit edited too, right? So yeah, I know Hollow Knight's really long. I don't know how much of the game I'm gonna complete. I'm gonna do as much as I can, as long as I enjoy it, obviously. Just speed run it. Well, I can't really do that if I'm playing it for the first time, especially if I'm playing it because I want to know what it's about. I'm not gonna like skip it. It's not gonna skim through it. Metroidvania is kind of like the kind of Resident Evil style like puzzles, right? I think Metroidvania came out first. When did Metroidvania come out? Hold on. Oh, it's just a style game. I'm stupid. When did the first one come out? Was more what I meant. Is it like isn't it like a Metroid or something? Hold on. Is it called Metroidvania because of Metroid, or is it like, when did the Metroid games come out is what I meant. But are they related, or is it just called Metroidvania because? Yeah, I know Hollow Knight is a lot of side stuff. I know the main story. I think the main story when I looked up how long it was, Hollow Knight length. It says generally takes 25 to 30 hours to complete the main story. So like that's still kind of a long time. A first playthrough, but for most players, a first playthrough lasts like 40 to 50 hours. Yeah, makes sense. Metroid and Castlevania. Okay. I just realized the main character in Metroid looks exactly like Geldarian armor. But yeah, when did like the first Metroidvania style game come out? For some reason, I always thought that Metroidvania was like the name of a game that people just attributed that style to. I didn't know it was a fusion of multiple things. I think it was Castlevania. When did that come out? 1986. Not the fucking show. 1986, yeah. Makes sense. But that's kind of like what the style is. It's like, that's kind of like what Resident Evil style games are kind of like, right? Where it's like, it's kind of like a puzzle style, where it's like you get a bunch of stuff and then you have to backtrack and find the other areas that you couldn't get to before, or something like that, right? I think it's kind of like that. Is Freddy in Space kind of that like that too? Like, does that kind of count as a Metroidvania? Yeah, they are. Okay. I can't fix chat. It just does that by itself. It just does that sometimes for some reason. Wonder how Ozone's doing. I haven't really talked to him in a long time. You want to be seen in his proof? Nope. I'm not risking opening the door and letting you out. My basement was passed on to pinball. Not a huge amount of side content. How long did it take? Jesus Christ. This pinball? The one that I gave my my Discord server to. Really? How did he only did that much? Or did he only did the side content? Really? How long was the playthrough? Jesus Christ. DLC contents, I assume that's just its own, like, not the main stuff, I guess. Andrew, honestly. Well, I don't think it's I think it just generally became a meme, and now they just continue the meme. I don't think there's anything wrong with continuing the meme. Even, okay, I think the Andrew stuff is funny, even if I think Andrew might be the vengeful spirit. The thing is, I've kind of become not fully convinced of either side at this point. I think it being Cassidy doesn't make sense. I think it being Andrew makes sense, but I think the 14 theory is unironically like really funny, but also but also kind of convincing, and I don't know how to get around that. The thing is, Andrew, I don't really take a side at the moment. Eventually I'll make my own video on that. But probably not for a while, but I don't really participate in those kinds of debates at the moment, just because I don't really have a solid opinion. But in terms of just, like, making fun of it because it's a meme, like, I don't really mind that. And I think it's fair to, I don't think it's necessarily fair to think that it's completely unreasonable to think so, but I do think I think it's mostly just supposed to be a joke, and I don't think it's meant to be taken seriously. Yeah, like, you say the name Andrew in any video ever, then people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Andrew doesn't exist. Andrew was Cassidy. I like the concept of Andrew being like the victim in Ultimate Custom, like a new victim that Ultimate Custom Night introduced that we didn't know about before. Because Ultimate Custom Night does indicate like a seventh new victim that we didn't know about before. Like the Toichika the high school years cutscenes, like they indicate that there was another kid. The only other way to get around that is to say that's like the bite victim or Elizabeth or something, but like that doesn't really fit that well, and it just makes more sense for it to be a new victim. And having that kid be the vengeful spirit kind of makes sense, because in the lore there's probably a reason, but from our perspective, the reason he's vengeful, like not like the in-universe reason, but the meta reason, is that he's the forgotten victim. We don't remember who he is. That's why he's the vengeful spirit, because nobody knows who he is. And I feel like that's kind of an interesting path to take. And I think having the books be made to fill in the gaps, and then having the vengeful spirit not be Golden Freddy, is kind of like, it makes it seem weird for it to be Golden Freddy in the games. That doesn't mean it absolutely can't be, but that's just bad writing. I'm not gonna lie, completely bad writing for Scott to say, oh yeah, in the books that are made to tell us what happens in the games, the vengeful spirit is a Monty. But no, in the games it's Golden Freddy. Just ignore that part. I feel like that's weird. And I feel like that's honestly kind of bad writing, if that is the case. That doesn't mean it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not well written, if that is the case. And I think all the, like, my video on Andrew that I made a while ago, I'm still really proud of that. It, like, the whole idea of him not only being the victim in Toichika the high school years, but also being who Oswald represents in Into the Pit, and having connections to Didophobia, all that stuff, I feel like that's a really interesting, like, idea, and I feel like it can all work together really, really well, and I love that idea story-wise. I don't know if it is the case, like, in-universe, like, I don't know if that is the canon explanation for the vengeful spirit, but I feel like it just makes a lot of sense. It all ties together really well. But I know a lot of people just didn't like it, which is fine, but but I just feel like it made sense. What even is that? Frev, I don't know what that is. What does that mean? Are you saying that Cassidy, Andrew, and the bite victim are all the same person? Like, because that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree that we don't really know what the books are trying to tell us. Like, you could say, some things that the books show are meant to tell us stuff about the games, but other things are just meant to distance themselves from the games rather than tell us things. And kind of like how in the movies, there's like, oh, the withered animatronics and the classic animatronics are different characters, which is meant to tell us that, which is not meant to tell us that they're different in the games. That's meant to tell us that these are meant to be different from the games, but other stuff tells us things about the games. You know what I mean? So it's like, some stuff is hints, and some stuff is deliberate changes. You could say that same thing about the books, and that's fine. But the problem is that if the stories are meant to fill in gaps from the games, there has to be something that they're telling us about the games, right? The problem is, the Man in Room 1280, I've made my videos talking about how I think that the games are much more strongly hinting at Ultimate Custom Night being an arcade game in universe that is haunted by spirits. I think that's not definitive, but I think that theory makes a lot of sense considering its connections to FNaF World. And like that whole Into Madness theory that I made recently, I think even if you don't think 5 Laps at Freddy's is going to be a bigger game, and even if you don't think it's going to be Into Madness, I feel like regardless, if you exclude that part, I feel like that whole theory is really strong. And I think the idea of Ultimate Custom Night being an arcade just fits super well. Problem is, the books say that it's a nightmare. So, are we saying that the books are being prioritized over the games? Because that shouldn't be the case. What the games say should be more prioritized because they are the game's timeline. The books are not. They're telling us things about the games, but they're not the games themselves. So, what the games say should always be prioritized over what the books say, even if what the books say can be used. But if the games say one thing and the books say the other thing, what the games say should be prioritized, right? The problem is, if the Man in Room 1280 is not telling us that Ultimate Custom Night is a nightmare, if it's not a nightmare, then it's not telling us that it's a nightmare. So that story, the only other thing that it could possibly be telling us is that Andrew is the vengeful spirit. So if he's not, then the Man in Room 1280 has nothing to do with the games, and it's only about the Stitch Wraith stories. That's the only way that it would. That's the only way. That's the only thing that it can be actually telling us. It's not telling us anything about the games, which doesn't fit with what Scott said. Because I think it was 2018 or 2019, he said, the biggest questions over the past year, which by that point would be the question of who's the vengeful spirit, that kind of stuff. So, I think it was 2019 that he said that. Biggest questions over the last year, that would include who's the vengeful spirit, what's happening in Ultimate Custom Night. So the fact that there's a story dedicated to Ultimate Custom Night means that story has to be telling us something about Ultimate Custom Night. But if it's not telling us who the vengeful spirit is, and it's not telling us the nature of the game, then it's just like, then it feels like it's not telling us anything. Does that make sense? I just feel like, if Ultimate Custom Night is an arcade, then Andrew kind of has to be the vengeful spirit. At least based on the logic that those books are taking. Right? So that's why I just like... That's why I'm hesitant to say that Andrew isn't the vengeful spirit, because it just makes more sense with what Scott's telling us. But also, that same logic. Prioritize what the games say over what the books say. The books say Andrew, a Monty spirit, is the vengeful spirit, but the games say 14 theory, right? So it's like, is 14 theory us looking way too far into things, or is that telling us Golden Freddy is the vengeful spirit? It's just like, the game should be prioritized, but Scott's words about the books, it's like, how do we make them make sense at the same time? it's like either Scott was lying and that story is useless, or Scott wasn't lying and the games have this like unhinged level of coincidences with the number 7 and 14, right? It's hard to tell whether it's supposed to be a coincidence or if 14 theory is supposed to be a coincidence or if the books are supposed to be useless. And either way, it's a little unsatisfying. The logbook is Cassidy the bite victim talking to David Murray. That would be kind of funny. Can't it be both an arcade and a nightmare? Not really, because the nature of it in the Man in Room 1280 is that he's in a coma, and while he's in a coma, he has 2 spirits in his head. One spirit is his, and the other spirit is a vengeful spirit. If it's an arcade, then it's just like both spirits are inside the arcade, and he's being tormented through it. In the same way that FNaF World could be an arcade with spirits attached to it, like affecting the plot line of the game and like how it all works together. So like it's still a game, but it's aware that it's a game because the spirits are attached to it, altering it basically. Isn't it aware that Golden Freddy is the one animatronic we haven't seen since Ultimate Custom Night? Well, technically we have seen him in FNAF AR. There's been like Golden Freddy and Fredbear like imagery in Security Breach, but like never an actual Golden Freddy. It is weird. But to be fair, also Ballora's not in Ultimate Custom Night. Or sorry, Ballora's not in FNAF VR, but then she does show up in Help Wanted 2. So like the idea of like, oh, this character that's not in FNAF VR, it's because they're busy with something else. It's like, okay, but Ballora wasn't, but then she appeared later on. So is that clarifying, oh yeah, Ballora isn't meant to be important, that was just an accident that she wasn't in it? Or is it saying, oh yeah, they haven't appeared yet, but they will later. You know what I mean? Could be either. What if Deathman is a fragment of Afton? I mean, maybe, kind of. AR is kind of on canon. No, it is canon. It's absolutely 100% canon, which we know because of the emails and the skins appearing on arcade machines in Security Breach. It's not that it's not canon, it's just that it's bad. The caring part of Afton. Yeah, I had the idea that Old Man Consequences was the good part of the Mimic's Edwin personality, which I think it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, the Edwin personality is the bad part of the Mimic, so I don't really know how that would work very well. I do think Edwin being the Mimic makes sense. Sorry, I do think Edwin being Old Man Consequences makes sense. I do think that the Mimic being Old Man Consequences makes sense. I think in either regard, it makes sense. but I just don't know how it would work together, or if it's only one of those two things. What sequel do you hope is in the works? Probably FNaF World, if I had to guess, just because Scott teased FNaF World at some point. I think, the fact that he says didn't he say it's like not a 3, it's a 2 or something like that? Like it's like a second game in a series, right? We already had Help Wanted 2, so it's not that. And the thing is, even if the next FNaF game was like a sequel to Ruin or Security Breach, it's not going to be called Ruin or Security Breach 2. That's not what it's going to be called. And I feel like Scott saying that, he's not trying to say... I feel like that's not what he would be trying to say. The fact that he said that at some point maybe he'd make a FNaF World 2 indicates to me that that's what he's talking about now. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that Michael is only consequences. I think Libra still believes that. I believed that for a little bit, but I kind of drifted away from it over time. I think it can make sense. I just don't know how to justify it making sense. Personally. It's not going to be Sister Location 2 either. The thing is, games like that, like Sister Location, Security Breach, Ruin, the thing is, those are their subtitles. They're their own games. Ruin is a sequel to Security Breach. Sister Location is a sequel to FNaF 4, and FNaF 6 is a sequel to Sister Location and FNaF 3 and stuff. It's not like FNaF 6 is called FNaF 3 2 or Sister Location 2, right? It's not... I highly doubt that he's saying... oh yeah, this subtitle is being reused and there's a 2 at the end. No, I feel like a sequel to those things would just have their own new subtitle. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like there would ever be a FNaF Sister Location 2. It would be like FNaF Brother Bonds. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. Like, it would have its own like subtitle. If it's a sequel to Sister Location, it would have its own subtitle, distinct, specific to itself. Final Fantasy VII Part 3, yeah, but that's just stupid. We all know that the way that they've been naming the fact that they've been doing 3 for one game. Final Fantasy VII Part 3, it's not even called that though. It's like Remake, Rebirth, and then I don't know. I don't remember what the last one is. But they're not even called. It's not even called Final Fantasy VII 3. It's just it has its own subtitle. That's my point. It's like it doesn't have FNaF before in the name. Yeah, but still, you know my point though, right? It's like Security Breach is also a sequel to Help Wanted. Help Wanted is the reason that Help Wanted 2 exists and is called Help Wanted is because it is a Help Wanted game. Like, it follows the same general plot line. Security Breach is its own plot line, and then Ruin is a sequel to it, or DLC obviously, but it's a sequel to it. And it has its own subtitle. Like, technically, maybe if you're doing the same, like, storyline with the Pizzaplex, maybe they'll say Security Breach 2, but I feel like they just wouldn't name it that. I feel like it would say something completely different. I feel like it would just have its own title. And that's why I think FNaF World 2 just makes more sense, because not only did Scott tease that at some point, but also a game like FNaF World has to be a FNaF World 2 because it's the same type of game. Just in the same vein that Help Wanted was, right? So I feel like that just makes way more sense than a Ruin 2, Security Breach 2, Sister Location 2. I feel like those don't make sense. The coffin cut. Surprised how much longer the stream has gone for. Me too, actually. I'll probably end pretty soon, but I also said that a while ago. Hi everyone, why are you guys talking about FNaF? Because we finished Undertale. I will stream it again at some point, but we finished the first playthrough, so. I'm waiting for the next FNaF graphic novel to show up in stores around me. It says you can pick it up in store at a mall that is kind of near my house. Not really near my house, but like I can get to it pretty easily. It says free pickup at that place, but coming soon to stores. And then when I click pre-order and then pickup, it says, oh yeah, you can pick it up April 15th. You just said today. You know, so. So yeah, it's not here yet. Can't get it yet. I'm just hoping to be able to get it early, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Are we getting a new game theory today? We'll keep going for we'll keep streaming for at least another 15 minutes. If there's no new FNaF game theory, then we'll stop. If there is a FNaF game theory, we'll watch it and then I'll end the stream. I kind of doubt it'll be a FNaF one, just because like it's game theory. They have other things to do, and there's not really anything new coming out recently, so I doubt it'll be a FNaF one. But just in case, just because we usually get game theories on Saturdays, so usually at 1 p.m. So might as well just wait and check. What if Tom switches to Andrew? I doubt that. I mean, he already like touched upon like the game or like the books being in the games. I can try. There, that works. Yeah, they're good. Game theory. Well, was that their last FNaF theory? Yeah, it was 2 months ago. Mike is not Mike Schmidt thing. Any unpopular theories you believe in? I mean, I guess Andrew being vengeful spirit would be one, but again, I don't know, like for sure if I believe that now or not. I would say Ultimate Custom Night being an arcade is probably pretty unpopular. Any other FNaF theory videos that I want to make in the near future? Random small one, but I think the rock stars might be Springlock suits. I feel like that could be the case. Just like a small mini theory. And it's mostly due to the fact that Lefty contains the puppet. And in the movies, the way that the puppet is able to fit inside Toichika is because she's a Springlock suit. So maybe Lefty is also a Springlock suit in order to hold the puppet. And Lefty is the same as the other rock stars, and they all have 5 fingers. That's basically that. So I could see them being Springlocks. That's one theory that I kind of believe. But it's just a small thing. It doesn't really affect anything. Here's an unpopular theory that I believe. I think the Mimic was planned since before FNaF World. Not like the whole plot line with Edwin and Fiona, but the idea of an animatronic that mimics things. I feel like that was already planned before FNaF World because of how much FNaF World, just because of how much Mimic imagery was in FNaF World. And Glitch Trap, since FNaF VR's conception, was always going to be the Mimic and was never supposed to be Afton. There's some ideas that say, like, Afton could be a part of it, like a Zagony or whatever. That's fine, but I think that the Glitch Trap program itself was always the Mimic. I don't think Shatter Victim is very popular either, I believe that. This is not really a theory, but I am a strong, I'm a strong believer that Scott doesn't just retcon the lore all the time. I think he adds to it, but I don't think he deliberately changes decisions that he's already previously made. Everybody always says, oh yeah, Scott just keeps retconning things so that MatPat becomes wrong, or just Scott just keeps retconning things because he's a bad writer. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's the best writer in the world, but I don't think that he just retcons things because he did things wrong. Like, I think he keeps things proper. Like, I think he keeps the story the same, and just like fixes surrounding information to make sure that it works, if anything at all, if it doesn't already work. As time goes on, I think Charlotte dying before the bite victim becomes less and less popular. I also believe that the puppet is the final speaker in FNaF 4, which I know is unpopular. I think a lot of people think it's Afton. The thing is, I'm not completely sold on that anymore. I think there's potential for other things that it can be. With the whole thing about the Mimic, I can honestly see the Fred Repelshi being made with the Mimic, and maybe the final speaker is the Mimic, and previously it's Afton, or the other way around. I feel like the Mimic makes more sense to be the final speaker, though, just because he is involved with FNaF World. I could see that. Currently, I believe it's Charlotte, but I'm going to do a video on that at some point, discussing whether I think it makes sense to be the Mimic instead. I think either way, that would be kind of unpopular, though. Alright, yeah, that's about it that I can think of off the top of my head, though. Still retconned security breach because of Scott's poor communication. That's not a retcon. It's not a retcon if it's... Changing direction is not a retcon. That's like saying... Kang in the MCU was retconned. Like, he was still set up, and then they just moved away from him. They didn't retcon what was going to happen because it hadn't happened yet. It's not a retcon if it didn't happen yet. It's not a retcon if they were going to do something and then changed their mind on it before they actually stuck to it. You know what I mean? That's not a retcon. That's fair. It's not a retcon, it's just a change in direction. I also don't believe that FNaF 4 was made with hallucinogenic gas. I think it was illusion discs. That's one thing I believe. I made a video on that too. I think it can be the hallucinogenic gas. I just feel like the games more strongly hint towards the illusion discs. And I feel like Didophobia was meant to tell us why FNaF 4 happened, not how. That's a video that I made. I don't think that's that unpopular. Well, I think it's not popular, but it's not, like, frowned upon to believe that. When are we getting 5 laps of Freddy's news? Who fucking knows, man? It was announced in 2024. We got the demo for it in 2024, and it's releasing this year, and we have no idea when. That's part of why I think that it's going to be a bigger game, because why is it taking so long for us to learn anything about it? I know they're going to make more stuff for it, but to me it seems like they had the majority of the game finished by then. All they had to do was make more maps and maybe some more animatronics or whatever, and that's it. Like, you would think that it would have been done, like, last year. but the fact that it's not makes me think that there's more to it. I could be wrong, but I think regardless, there's going to be lore in some way in it. Like, I think there's going to be some... It's either going to be like FNAF 6 or FNAF World, in that it's either going to be another, like, Lapse is a cover-up and it's actually another game, or it's going to be that the racing is the main game, and the racing is the main game, but there's lore sprinkled in. It's going to be one of those two, I think. I believe the final speaker is Pigtail Girl, and I believe the girl is Charlie. I've actually had that idea before. I've had the idea that Pigtail Girl is not human, like that she's like a spirit. Well, she's human, but she's a spirit. Like the spirit of Charlotte, like projecting herself or something. I've had that theory before. I'm not saying I believe that now. I'm just saying I would have that. I've had that theory before. If Five Laps at Freddy's gets canceled, I swear to God, dude, I'll be like, oh, I was wrong. It's not that it's a bigger game. It's that it's not a game anymore. It's not. It does not exist. It's gone. That would be really sad. You know what FNAF story I still gotta read? Monster from Tales from the Pizza Plex. I have the book. I have the book. I just haven't read it yet. I gotta do that. Thoughts on the theory that FNAF 4's minigames are a loop just like Into the Pit? Well, first of all, I will say that Into the Pit being a loop is also controversial. There was a comment on my most recent video, like my Frights video, talking about it. I didn't read through the whole thing. Not because I didn't care about the arguments, just because it was really long. I know it's not like a definitive theory, and I get like there's other explanations for how the theory works. I just personally think that it makes more sense for it to be a loop. But that is controversial. As for FNAF 4's minigames being a loop, I think it could be. I just think that, like it could be a loop. But, like, I don't see a reason that it has to be. I think it makes more sense that it's not, just because the Bite of 83 happens there. Like, I feel like it wouldn't be like, that's a staged Bite of 83, or it's like... I don't think it's a staged Bite of 83, and I don't think it's, like, a hallucination of it. I think, that's when it happened. Like, I feel like it wouldn't really make sense otherwise. Will you do a summary? What if Monster? Monster? I was going to. I don't know if I still will, just because it's been so long since it came out, like, 3 years ago. So I don't know. I may or may not. We'll see. The way that I title my Tales from the Pizzaplex summaries is I write FNAF Tales from the Pizzaplex, then the story name, then 2 lines, and then the words summary, the word summary, dash, and then I write a little note about the story. My note for this one is, I'm a little late. Why are there demons? And that's the... that's the whole title. That's the end of the title. I know Gibby says that since there's nothing under here on the mound, it means that the mound means something in Midnight Motorist and helps them with MCI, MM. I don't think that at all. I don't think it means that the mound in Midnight Motorist is nothing. I think it means you guys are cheeky looking under here to try to figure out the secret lore, but guess what? I'm not telling you the lore out of bounds in this game, bro, you idiot. Why would I do that? I think that's what it's saying. I don't think it's at all saying, oh yeah, the mound means nothing. I think it's saying, I'm not telling you what the mound means here, of all places. You know? I don't think that they would do that. Does the mound mean something? Maybe. But I don't think it not meaning anything is what it's telling us there. Do game theories come out at 1 or 105? I feel like I remember them coming out at 105 at one point, but... Wait, is the boy's trigger warning out? Oh, sick. I didn't know that. I didn't know it came out already. I'll play that. Maybe not, like, in the super near future, but I do want to play it at some point. Oh, the VR version is... The PSVR 2 version is not out yet. Okay. I'll play it when it comes out, then. I didn't know it was already out. Thought it was later this year. Yeah, I think it's like 105. Unless it's 2. It might be at 2. Sorry, I'm checking out this video to see if I'm here. Wow. This video has 153 creators in it reacting to the Captain Springlock suit in Secret of the Mimic, and I'm not one of them. It's kind of sad. I'm not one of the 150. I feel inferior. Oh, hey, Gibby released a new video 22 hours ago on FNaF books. I'll watch that later. Oh yeah, there's a new Joy of Creation teaser. What's this? It's called Behind You. I'll just watch this on stream, why not? It's like a candle and matches. Oh. The fuck? What just happened? I gotta say, I did stop playing the Joy of Creation story mode when I first streamed it, like a month or two ago. I did stop just because I sucked. I didn't beat it. I didn't beat the first night. Eventually, I do want to continue it. Yeah, it's a man adventure. Then I won't watch anything. Jesus Christ, an hour and a half video. Good thing it wasn't a FNaF hour and a half video, because I'd have to leave soon. Would have been a waste of time anyway. But yeah, Joy of Creation, I didn't continue playing it, but eventually, before the remake comes out, I do want to play. I do want to continue playing it. I gotta say, the remake's looking really good. The demo was really good. They came out in 2024. And all the teases that have been coming out recently, they've been really good. Really good looking and really creepy, for sure. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to finally end the stream now. It's been 2 hours. It's been like an hour since I finished the game. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Keep in mind, second channel tomorrow, streaming Resident Evil 4 Remake randomizer again. New FNaF theory next Saturday. Probably another new video, like the FNaF book video is going to be probably within the next few days, hopefully. I have an assignment due on the 31st, so on Tuesday, which I haven't started yet, so I'm either going to start doing that and then release the new video on, like, Wednesday or Thursday, or I'm going to try to finish that entire video. It's only like a 5-minute video, so it shouldn't take too long. I'll try to finish the whole thing tonight and then release it on like tomorrow or the day after, or in the next few days. I don't know, we'll see. And then I'll spend the rest of the next few days after, besides when I stream, I'll spend it all working on the assignment. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video or stream or whatever the next thing you see by me is. Bye guys.